Hi everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege to bring to you Derek Raymond. How you doing, Derek?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here.
Oh, my pleasure. I actually was on your show and we had such a nice time, so I'm glad you're here. So
Yeah, fun.
Derek is the founder at Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. And we're going to talk about your journey here, what your business is about. And it quite interests me because I'm doing episodes of Life After 50, and I had reached out to you. So I'm very grateful that not only was I able to go on your show, but you're here. So thank you, Derek. So let's start at the beginning. How did this all get started?
Wild ride. So in 2019, I was at a low point in my life. I was living my dream, you would think, because I'm an animator. I work in visual effects. I worked on TV shows and movies, and definitely some you've heard of if you haven't seen them. But I was doing my dream job, working on the superhero shows and just living life, and but I wasn't happy. In 2019, I was just I was overweight,
Okay.
and I had always been the type of guy that thought I ate right and did the right things, and I was going to the gym, and I enjoyed hiking. So I did a lot. I was very active, but I was overweight, and I was always getting that year, I was always getting sick, and I had been the type of person that never got sick before. Like maybe I got a cold like every 2 years or something. That year, it was like every month something new came up. I had this infection that didn't go away. And it just was just like I was not happy. And looking back, I was probably a little depressed, but to get myself out of that funk that I was telling myself I was in, I decided to take this epic trip. And I booked a vacation to East Africa.
Oh, nice.
And I trekked with the gorillas in Uganda. I did safaris in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. I camped in the Serengeti with the animals, and it was so much fun. At the end, I hiked Mount Kilimanjaro. I climbed all the way to the top.
My goodness.
Yeah, and I made it, and that was a fun experience. And then I ended my trip in Zanzibar.
Okay.
So I had a few days on the beach to relax. And it was just as epic as it sounds. But when I got home, I hated my pictures. I hated the pictures with me in them
Okay.
because I didn't like the way I looked. I was unhappy looking, even though I was enjoying my time there. And I just was overweight, and I just was embarrassed to show people the pictures of me on my trip.
Okay.
So that's how I got started. And then decided at then and there, I need to make a change.
So what was at that moment, so if we can circle
Yeah.
back just a little bit, at that moment, the changes came from just naturally you trying to eat properly, or did you go on a regime? Did you go into a system?
Yeah. So I made a decision when I got home and seeing my pictures that I needed to make a difference. So I got myself a health coach, a fitness coach,
Oh, okay.
and he helped me get on track with my diet. And he got me exercising and going to the gym consistently. So that was the first part of the change. And it was helping, but something felt like it was missing to me. And
Okay.
then I found an energy healer, and the energy healer helped me reprogram my subconscious mind. His name was Brent Michael Phillips, and he does re subconscious reprogramming. So we reprogrammed my subconscious mind, changed my mindset and my beliefs, and then the weight just started dripping off. Like
Yeah.
it just melted off. That was the word I was looking for. And yeah, within 6 months of me starting my that whole fitness program, I was down 50 pounds.
Oh my, that's a lot in six
And
months.
I've kept it off for the last 5, 6 years now. I've even put on some muscle, and I feel really good about myself. So I loved it so much that I got certified in the healing and the energy healing. So now I help people with their weight issues, their health issues, and we start from the inside out. So we change your mindset to change your beliefs, and we also work on diet and exercise.
Can you stretch that out, the working on the inside out for us, Derek? We all know of hypnosis, we know about changing mindsets, we know about meditation, things like that, and
Yeah.
where the mind goes, the body follows kind of thing. But can you stretch out what exactly you learned and what you did in that? So you're saying he worked with your mind and your insides before you actually took the step.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of all the things that you just said. It's like meditation,
Okay.
it's like hypnosis, but you're awake and aware the whole time. No
Okay.
one's doing anything that you're not fully aware of.
Sure.
And it's a sort of a process. We use muscle testing, which is also known as applied kinesiology. It's a lot of chiropractors use it, and it's a way to test your subconscious beliefs through your body. So you can, the arm lever is the most
I've
known.
seen that done.
Yeah. And you could also use your hands and your fingers, or some people like a pendulum. There's many different ways, but we test your subconscious mind through your body because your mind and your ego is going to tell you what you want to hear, but your body never lies.
Oh, that's interesting because that's with the arm where you put your arm out and you say something that's the truth and your arm's solid, but when you say a lie, it goes down. Is that right?
Exactly.
I'm on the right
Yeah.
track. And that makes total sense. Your subconscious is saying, no, that's not right. And it's not going to go with you on that. It's quite fascinates me, Derek, actually, because a lot of people do struggle with things. Is this only the weight loss, or is this people who just in general want to be healthy? Is it people with issues medically that can be reversed?
Yeah, everything, almost anything can be reversed. My instructor he's healed people with cancer, he's healed people with different diseases.
Of
I know
cancer? Wow.
I've helped people with allergies. Many different things can be reversed just by changing your mind about it. So just your subconscious beliefs. Because think about it, when we break a bone in our body, we all know that we can heal that broken bone within, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks, in most cases. But why do people think that if we hurt our back, that's going to be forever? Right? Why can't we heal it? We can heal a broken bone, but we can't heal a sprain in our back, or we can't heal some kind of disease or some kind of illness. Our body heals itself, but subconsciously, emotionally, we hold on to things.
Why do you think that is? Because we have inter turmoil?
Yeah, it's from traumas that we have growing up. We're taught so many different things as we're growing up that we just hold on to certain beliefs that don't necessarily serve us.
Yeah, and that makes sense because when we're kids, the mom and dad are always saying, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt yourself, or don't, oh my gosh, you better go to bed because you have this. And you're right, we do get programmed, if you will, with things that our
Exactly.
parents have said, and they're saying it's reality. And you're right, if you break a leg, it heals, it mends. But people with awful diseases, perhaps they have been bought to believe that once you have it, that's it. Right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually know people who, if you say someone has cancer, you can see their head to it tilt and it's, oh, and they're thinking that's it, you
Yeah.
know? And that's ridiculous because people do heal from cancer. People do have better lives. In fact, even greater lives than before they had it. And some of them, I've even heard people say they cherish those moments they went inside and found themselves during those really traumatic times. Not that anyone wants it, but they certainly had a different mindset, as you call it.
Yeah. Dr. David Agus, he wrote a book. I'm forgetting the name of the book now, but it's all based on research. And he talks about this man that was diagnosed with, I think it was prostate cancer, and he actually ended up dying a few weeks later. And when they did the autopsy, they didn't find any sign of cancer in his body.
Oh my goodness.
So just because we believe something, we allow it to take over our lives and control us.
Derek, do you believe that repetition over and over again, saying to yourself, I am healed, I am healing, those things, is that part of your process? Because
It's
I've
not,
certainly seen that.
I believe those work, but I think the process that we do is more of an instant change. So what I was getting at is we use the muscle testing, so we test our belief.
Okay.
So if we have a belief like I have cancer, for example, and we test and that tests true, we can use this energy healing process to change it instantly, most for most people, and then retest the belief using the muscle testing, and they can test and it'll be clear that they no longer have cancer. So
And you
just
can do
having
that instantaneously?
the belief will change instantaneously. You might not clear the cancer instantaneously, but
I understand.
having the belief will help support the healing.
I know there's been tests done that even the doctor has to believe that you're going to heal, and that can even help the patient.
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely.
correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because and there is something to do with energy healing. I understand. I don't understand the energy healing side of it, but I certainly understand there's people who have been successful with that. And just an example is what you just said. If someone's told they're going to die within a week and they do, or someone's told they have forever, they're going to live forever, they do, and they have the same illness. So I know that happens. I guess we would call that placebo effect, where
Yeah.
someone's told one thing and then another. Let me ask you, Derek, in your process of helping people, do you do courses? We talked about that a little bit on your show. You have courses that you do?
There's no course. I do have a free course that I haven't been giving away recently,
Okay, okay.
but I primarily work with clients one-on-one, and I'm going into a group situation soon. I haven't started doing that yet.
Okay, I wasn't,
But I do work with clients one-on-one.
okay, I understand that. And each client would have a different need, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so everybody's different. We all have different beliefs that are holding us back. So for different reasons, you might hold on to weight or an illness for a different reason than the next person. So
Right.
we work individually.
I can understand that
So,
too. And it depends on your background, your upbringing, and things that you're
right.
holding on to, trauma, things like that.
Yep.
So with your company then, so you're doing one-on-one, people can call you to have a consultation?
Yeah, I do free 15-minute discovery call if you want to schedule that. The big thing I'm doing right now, where you and I first talked, was in my Facebook group, which I is Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. And that's my opportunity. That's where I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now is I'm serving my community. So I'm allowing people in the group to share their story, share their journey, their healing
Oh, that's
journey,
wonderful.
their health journeys, or even if they're struggling, people have told me it's very therapeutic just to come on and chat and get seen and heard in a way that they haven't been able to before. So I'm also like spotlighting healers and trainers and coaches and nutritionists and all kinds of people that can help you along your way. We even had a medical doctor last week, and so we're having all different types of people come on and sharing their story, and just it's really fun for me to meet so many great people.
Yeah, I really like the work that you're doing, Derek. You gave me an opportunity to come in on your show, and I invited some of my people to your group. I think it's really good. It's a with so much medicine out there and so many side effects and things like that. I think it's important that we start. It's just my opinion. We should be looking more naturally because isn't that what our ancestors did?
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't have all of these medicines then.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that seeing doctors and going to getting checked up is a
Sure.
bad thing. I think we should definitely keep doing that. If your doctor recommends medications, you should definitely look into that too. Right now, our current medical system is let's treat the symptoms that we have so we can live with these symptoms. And I think where we need to go is let's find the root cause of the issue and treat that instead of, and that thing is usually attached to some kind of emotional, maybe a trauma or some kind of subconscious belief that we're holding on to that we just need to let go. And usually once we let go, our body will do the rest.
I like that. I think, and you're right. If you're living at any age, you're going to have trauma.
Hmm.
So the best thing to do is learn how to deal with it and not hold on to it because some trauma is devastating. I understand that. And yes, people in this my opinion also they should see a doctor, but maybe incorporate some healthy habits. Ask their doctor what could I be doing more naturally that will help? And let me ask you something, Derek. Are doctors learning more about this? Is this more in the field?
I think so. The energy healing thing may be a little bit out there for them,
Okay.
but I think we're looking more into healthy eating, how our diet affects certain illnesses, and also also exercise. We're learning so much more about keeping active and even strength. They've just recently come out with studies that have saying that our grip strength is directly related to how long we live. So
Our what strength?
our grip,
Grip?
how we can grip, yeah. So
And
how strong we are is related to how long we live. So if
how
you
is
want,
that? Help me out with that, Derek. How does that help me?
they just test your grip strength because it's an easier way to test how strong you are.
I see.
But in
Okay.
general, your strength in general is related to how long you live. So the stronger you are, the more likely you are to live longer. And think about it, we want to live longer, right? So we can be there for our grandkids, so we can open a jar, so we can do different things in life. We don't always want to be walking around in our 80s with a cane or having to use a wheelchair. We want to be strong enough to hold our bodies up.
Thank you, Derek, because I would like to live a long time, but I want to have quality life. I don't want
Right.
to just be living a long time and I let myself go and I've got some issues. And things are going to surprise people. I understand that. There's underlining issues that even no one can see coming. I understand
Sure.
that. But yeah, that's good advice, Derek, because I think we are living longer. I'm thinking anyway. So why not make it the best you can? Now, someone who's already, what it sounds to me is if someone already has issues, they're able to come to you as well and say, okay, I already have this. What can I do to change my mindset and help me move forward? Would that make sense too?
Yeah, we're all in different places on our
Yeah.
journey, and some of us need different help than others. That's why we work primarily individually. But wherever you're at, we can help you make your quality of life a little bit better.
Beautiful. Now, Derek, we talked a couple of things. Do you have a web page? Just
Right now, I'm focusing on the Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. So the best is the Facebook group,
that's the
Nourish, Heal, and
Facebook group.
Thrive. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll make sure that everyone has that. I'll make sure it's in the show notes here. I actually
Okay.
invited my contacts in your meeting last time, but I will add it to the show notes so that they're able to go across and join your group. The
Great.
second thing is, do you have a YouTube channel? I wasn't sure.
So I haven't announced it yet. So I guess this will be my first official announcement. We'll do it here. So there is a Nourish, Heal, and Thrive YouTube channel, and
Nice.
I'm posting videos of the interviews that I've been doing
Oh,
in the group.
oh,
So
very good.
yeah, Facebook Lives they get deleted after 30 days. And certain members, I call my Thrive Tribe or the founding members, which you're one, which we're
Oh,
excited to have you.
thank you.
There are people that have invited more people into my group and are really supportive of what we're doing. So
I know.
I I take the videos that they've done and I put them on YouTube so they can last forever and we still have copies of them instead of just getting deleted off Facebook.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for doing that for everyone that's on your show. Because I know really networking is so important. And when you're doing these things, a lot of people don't know that there's resources that can help them. And if I can go back, absolutely seeing their doctors, but it's good to know that there's people, and maybe along the way they have questions that they're able to ask you, Derek. So that's really good of you.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, people really need to, and a lot of people only go to their doctors because other methods, like through me, don't necessarily take insurance. So they don't want to spend the money. And you got to invest in your health. It's like you invest your retirement, you invest your money, but what if you're not going to be around to use that? What's the point? So if you just take a little bit of that money that you've invested in your future, invest it in your health, so you can enjoy the money that you've invested into your future and your career and things.
There's there's a lot of different resources out there, and I think here's the thing: they can also join your group which makes a big difference too, because then they can just go in there and, like you said, they can ask the questions and find out if it's a fit for them. And then that
Right.
way they ease into it and they see if it's a direction that they'd like to go. So I think that's a great opportunity you're giving them.
Yeah, and the best part is I've been interviewing so many different types of healers and coaches and trainers, and even if they don't resonate with me, there might be somebody there that I'm interviewing that they resonate with.
That's awesome. That's an excellent point as well. So they have resources again from networking with you. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Honestly, Derek, I'm always happy to see you. You're very knowledgeable. You're doing great things for people. And I do appreciate your time today. The best place for people to reach out, I'm thinking, is your Facebook group. So I'll make sure again, that's all in the show notes. Congratulations on your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
And Derek, I wondered if down the road you come back and do another episode with us.
Oh, absolutely. Love our time together, and seeing you always puts a smile on my face. So this is a great opportunity for me. And however I can support you, since you've
Thank you.
been so good at supporting me, I want to help you as well.
Perfect. And it helps our audience. My goal truly is to bring anybody that can help all of us heal better, move forward, feel good about ourselves, not just on the exterior, the interior, but all together, make it a program so that we're all living that quality life. So you're one of those ones, Derek. So
Oh,
thank you. And
thank you.
I really am very grateful. So everyone, this is Derek Raymond. Do go over to his Facebook. I'm going to make sure all of that's there for you because you'll be able to join that group and you'll be able to be part of it, ask your questions. Go subscribe to Derek's new YouTube channel. I'm happy and excited to hear about that. I'll make sure that's in the show notes, or if it's down the road, we'll make sure you have a copy of that. Other than that, Derek, thank you again. And to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. Do subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. I hope you're all having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Bye-bye now.